Hello, fellow Star Wars fans, and welcome to week 20 of my War of the Bounty Hunters epic crossover comic recap discussion video series. And this week we have one Marvel comic to talk about, ties into those events, and that is Star Wars issue number 17. This is called The Chase. So, yes, we have Darth Vader, we have Luke Skywalker. They're in a dogfight, and that's where this issue takes place. So we're right above the space in Jekara. We also have another storyline involving, we have the characters of Leia as well as Lando, but talking about the Luke and the Darth Vader dynamic. So we have Luke that is trying to provide cover for the rebels to get to Han. So he's buying time, having Vader chase him instead of worrying about the rebels. So he's flying all around with Luke, and Luke is pulling off some really cool kind of maneuvers in his X-Wing. So for instance, Jekara is so cold that as they're flying above the water there, he's able to kind of like create like this splash, which creates a wave, which ends up freezing instantly and causes Vader to kind of crash land into the snow there. So we have Vader that is downed, and we have Luke coming around and takes some fire at him, takes some shots at him. Luke can't do it. Luke can't pull the trigger. He has a shot at Vader, but he just can't do it. It's his father, and he feels like there's another time to do this sort of thing. So he flies away thinking that Vader is done for, his ship is grounded, but Vader, being Anakin Skywalker formerly, is able to repair his ship and get back into flight, even without a windshield, to go after Luke. Meanwhile, we have the crew aboard the Millennium Falcon with Lobot, with Chewie, with Leia, with Lando, and they have just been rocked by Boba Fett's sonic charge. So they have an EMP that was at 20%, but it was knocked out everything out of control. They can't fly anywhere, but also the Lambda shuttle that contains Han Solo and Carbonite has also been knocked out by Lobot's cybernetics. So everybody's at a standstill. So it's really up to Lando to get into the underbelly of the Falcon, which is very dangerous because there's all radiation and whatnot that can go off at any time. And he speaks with none other than L3, one of the nav computers aboard the Falcon. As we see, she got initiated in the Solo, a Star Wars story spinoff movie. We see him talking with her, which is a really cool kind of reconnection. And Lando saves the day. Lando is able to kind of reroute all the power and they get back up and running just in time for all the Hutts to get into the area around the shuttle. And that is kind of concurrently what is going on with War of the Bounty Hunters issue number 4. But I think overall, this issue really kind of stepped it up for the Star Wars tie-ins, because the Star Wars tie-ins for War of the Bounty Hunters, I've been saying week after week or month after month, that tie-in, they haven't really been paving any new ground. They haven't really fleshed out the characters a lot. They've been kind of paralleling, or if that's even a verb, the events that have been happening in War of the Bounty Hunters from maybe a slightly different perspective, and I haven't really been able to get a lot out of these for my own personal enjoyment. So the fact that we had some really cool stuff happening with Luke and Vader that we haven't seen in that mainline comic, to the fact that we see Lando really stepping it up. Lando actually having a change of heart. Remember, he's been out for himself for the longest time, but to see him actually see people in need and to kind of put his best foot forward and risk his life to actually save the people aboard the Falcon and save Han Solo in return, like, that was a big shining moment for Lando. Also reconnecting with L3. That was huge, and pushing the story forward, because now we see the Millennium Falcon has been reactivated again. So lots of great forward momentum in this specific story. Definitely, like I said, one of the best Star Wars flagship issues we've had probably since before the crossover began back in June. So, or May, actually, if you want to be very specific. So that was what happened in Star Wars issue number 17. Did you guys enjoy it like I did? Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars or the Bounty Hunters, I have these weekly, mostly weekly, whenever they come out, reviews and recaps. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when the future one goes up. I believe we have a bye week next week, but following that next week is when we have the 5th and final issue of the War of the Bounty Hunter series. Of course, we're going to have the other spin-offs that carry through for the month of October, but this is definitely winding things down. I also have my weekly podcast, Out of Room Transmission. You guys can go ahead and check that out on all your favorite podcast services, or you can check it out on the channel right now. We have all the previous episodes there for you to watch after the fact, but we do go live on the YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. That is good though for me, Starpter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @StarRaptor.